at the pantry, we manage the food component of the organization. Other parts of our organization manages other holiday programs like gift cards to seniors, holiday gifts to the children. During the holiday time, we participate with many other organizations in town to supply food to families for Thanksgiving through the in-gathering. We always try to provide a little bit extra food to people during the month of December. And one thing that we try to do is actually to provide some gift cards so that people can go and purchase those special items that they need for their holiday meal, whatever their background is. We are definitely actively looking for donations of grocery store gift cards to help with that. We try to make it as easy for you to donate as we possibly can. So we have donation bins in many businesses around town. The library is a great place to drop off donations. Also, several grocery stores have donation bins right in their store. So as you're doing your own grocery shopping, buy a little bit extra and drop it in the bin on your way out, and it will get to us within a few days.
Welcome to this edition of BNEWS Special Report, where we're going to focus on people helping people in Burlington and their efforts for the upcoming holiday season and how you can help during the season of giving. Joining me is People Helping People President Judy Walsh. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
And Judy also spent many years in the Burlington school system, as well as volunteered in your 19th year at People Helping People.
Yes, I started on the board in 2000.
Okay, so it is the holiday season, and this is the period of both biggest demand as well as the opportunity for fundraising with a number of different things that are going on. So let's talk about what's coming up next is really the in-gathering is what you call it, and what exactly is that?
All right, well, first of all, the whole month of October, we sign up the clients for the pantry who would like to have a Thanksgiving meal. And if they have children, we sign them up for the Wish Tree program. The Thanksgiving in-gathering is really, happens the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And that is when the families that have signed up for a Thanksgiving dinner will come and get a Thanksgiving turkey. We also have turkey breasts donated by Erlin Construction for families of one or two that may not want a whole turkey. They get pies that the Boy Scouts get donated down at Shaw's. They get all the fresh vegetables such as green beans, potatoes, onions, carrots, squash. And then the churches help provide cranberry sauce, stuffing mix, I'm trying to think, mayonnaise for those sandwiches after Thanksgiving, so they need the mayonnaise as well.
If there are any left.
Right, they also get rolls, napkins, they get everything from soup to nuts for their Thanksgiving meal. And that is given out between 2 and 5 at the United Church of Christ on Lexington Street.
So in conjunction with that, you have the annual Capital Grill. It's a raffle.
Yes,
okay,
the Capital Grill raffle is going on currently. You can get the tickets it's a dinner for 6 with wine and with each part of the meal that you have. You may purchase them at Whole Bunch of Flowers at Spencer Cleaners, or Janet Sullivan has them, and you can reach her at sullivanfh.com.
Right. And you get dessert, because I won it one year.
Oh, okay. And they're $20 a ticket. And actually all the funds that we get from this particular fundraiser goes towards helping provide the pantry ability to give out gift cards for the Christmas meals or for their holiday meals during December.
Well, let's talk about demand for a minute. You've been on into your 20th year, now the president. When you first started, what was the demand like, and compare that to today?
When I first started, I got involved a little bit with the holiday program, and I think we had between 25 and 30 children, families that we provided gifts for. This past year, 2018, we had 95 families with 208 children. So the need has steadily grown in Burlington over the years.
I think we have a video. Let's do that segment on Capital Grill, Chad.
It's called the In Gathering, the Thanksgiving In Gathering, and it occurs on the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And our church hosts it, but it's very much a community-wide effort.
Provide an entire Thanksgiving Day meal, including the turkey, potatoes, vegetables, dessert. So we provide them with an entire Thanksgiving Day meal. And that goes to seniors. There's a lot of people involved.
What I really like about it is that it allows the families to shop essentially for the foods that they want on their dinner table. We don't just hand them, a pre-made bag of things and say, here you go. They get to choose just like they were in the grocery store. They pick it up like any of us would pick off the shelf what we want. Mm-hmm. They're able to pick what they want. And, some people don't take certain things because they say, I'm not going to cook that. I'm not going to use it. That's fine too. So it's really, I feel like it's very empowering for the families.
Apparently, it's difficult for me when we have in-program segments.
Oh, I know. No, that's okay.
So I missed the cue. I missed a couple of bullet points, but
yeah, that's okay.
The older we get, let's talk about the senior program too. That's part of the senior delivery program, part of the in-gathering, as well as year-round.
Right. There are certain clients of the pantry that do get delivery. And we also deliver them their Thanksgiving meal. Mm-hmm. They get delivery once a month, and if they need something in between, we try to provide it for them. Or mm-hmm. We have some drivers that will pick things up and deliver to the mm-hmm. clients.
Well, it's a safety and security thing too, so we know that some portion of the senior community is being visited, so we know whether it's a health and safety type of thing.
That's right, and they're getting very healthy food. When I first started, the food was more hamburger helper, mostly canned food. Now the pantry provides so many fresh fruits, vegetables. They get produce left over from Farmer Dave, and we have a plot at the community garden that Peter Coppola has managed for us and started. And I believe we get over 2,000 pounds of fresh vegetables from the garden this year.
Mm-hmm. Great. Now, let's talk about the fundraiser coming up in February. That's at the Escadrille. I think Bob Murray sponsors that for us.
Yes, Bob Murray has been fantastic sponsoring the wine tasting at Cafe Escadrille. It's going to be the last Sunday in February, which is February 23rd, 2020. We have a silent auction. We have bid auction. Tickets go for $50 per person. Mm-hmm. We try to keep it at 150 people, and it is our biggest fundraiser. We depend on that really to help us continue with our programs, as well as we do get a lot of donations, probably mostly from October through January, February.
Giving season, essentially.
During the giving season. The summer is when our donations tend to be down. Mm-hmm. So this past summer we had a little bit of a boost because Bernie Scipoletti had Cops for Cars, so we were able to get some extra funds this summer. Mm-hmm. So, but the Cafe Escadrille wine tasting is actually our biggest fundraiser.
Right. Well, the food alone is worth $50.
It is definitely.
Not to mention the wine.
No, it starts with a hors d'oeuvre table with cheese, crackers, fruit. There's different food stations. There's a dessert bar. There's different wines to taste, and I think they're going to try to put a few new things in this year, and possibly expand the space so that we might be able to include a few more people, because last year we had to turn people down, actually. Right. It has become a very popular event, and people return year after year. Right.
Well, secondarily, it's a great networking event. If you're a politician,
definitely, we do have sometimes people running for local elections attend, but we have really a lot of people just come every year because they enjoy it so much, and they're great supporters of us.
Right. Now you work with Youth and Family Services. Tell us about that. And then we've got Christine Struhan.
Oh, okay. You want me?
Yeah, why don't you go first?
Well, I think youth and family, the assistance that helping people give to Youth and Family Services is probably the least thing that people know about. I think people associate people helping people with the food pantry mainly. And then I think more people are aware of the wish tree and the Thanksgiving and gathering. But we do support, in our budget, we have a certain amount of money set aside each month to help pay utility bills, rent. Sometimes we've paid for a nursing exam. We've maybe paid for a test for someone even to pass a driver's license so they can get a job. So they let us know when a check is needed, and we provide that assistance to them.
So this is the covenant for basic needs.
This is technically
It's one
the
of
covenant
three.
for, right. I guess when People Helping People first started, people that may have had a need would go to different churches, and then the clergy representatives decided that there should be one place that people, a central place, because they might go to the St. Malachy's, they might go to the UCC church. So they felt that all this should be done by a certain place. So Youth and Family Services is where people do go. They get counseling there, but any of the financial burden of necessities that people need is taken care of by People Helping People.
Right. Let's take a look at Director Christine Shrewham's comments. We'll be right back.
Screening for the basic needs portion of People Helping People. And what that basically means is if there's a resident in the community that's having financial difficulties, they come in to meet with one of my staff who will kind of look at the big picture and see what their income is, what their expenses are. Sometimes people, if somebody's lost their job, they may be having a hard time making a rent or a mortgage payment, or they've received a shut-off notice from utility company, or, you know, let's face it, a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. Something happens with their car and they, you know, can't get it repaired, but it also means they can't get to work. Basically come in to meet with staff. We look at the big picture and then see what resources they may be eligible to receive that you know, they may not have known that they were aware of. We may refer people to the pantry.
So basically, how do we find out if people need it and how do they qualify? Churches, youth services, etc.?
Yes, lots of times recommendations come from pastors of churches. Sometimes we get a recommendation from someone who goes to Youth and Family Services for some help. The pantry has a form that they fill out that they check to make sure that people are residents. They must provide
utility bills.
Utility bills. If they are in an apartment, they must show a lease, and it states how many people are in the apartment. We check on this once a year. Actually, during October is when they check to make sure that the people are still eligible for the help. Sometimes people may have a little bit more than the financial requirement, but that doesn't mean we will deny them. You know, if it's within a certain amount, we definitely will give people help. Because we're part of the Greater Boston Food Bank, someone could come in from any town. We must provide them food at one time, and then they must provide residency requirements.
Right. Never going to deny anybody who's hungry food.
That is correct.
That's the program, right?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. We have a large and growing Indian community in the town, and they have several organizations, and we're going to talk to Ranjani Segan.
Yeah, Segal.
I'll get him.
Yeah.
You know, People Helping People is a great resource for the Indian Americans in Burlington. Indian Americans in Burlington have this organization called Saheli, which supports women who might be in distress. Actually, anybody, family people who sometimes, you know, fall out of the regular net and, you know, find themselves a little bit in trouble. And we really work to help them. It really, when you donate to People Helping People, those resources also come to those in need in the Indian American community, especially in November time as Thanksgiving is coming. If you're Indian American, I mean, what a great way to share with the rest of the community, not just the South Asian, but also the other parts of the community, because we as Indians are all about feeding our fellow beings, and so would really urge everybody to be part of this whole thing. And some of us, you know, do Christmas in a smaller way, but we would love to give to the community. So take part in the wish tree. Many, many opportunities come to People Helping People, and I'm sure you'll find the chance to make a difference in your community.
Okay, we're back. I want to talk about one other one, which is the Wishing Tree, which is a big program during the holiday season. Tell us about that.
The Wish Tree is a very big part of our holiday program. As I stated before, people sign up during the month of October. Each child gets new underwear, pajamas, sweatshirt. Then they get 3 wishes up to approximately $40. Sometimes it's a little bit more. Sometimes they ask for something just like a board game.
Mhm.
So we make sure that they get some extras. Oracle is one of the bigger companies in Burlington, and they donate from both sites. They do a big toy drive, and so we get a lot of toys for the children. They give us gift cards for some of the older students. We do provide gifts for children from newborns up to seniors in high school. The Wish Tree is located at the mall on the 2nd floor, right above Santa, between Coach and Ann Taylor.
Ann Taylor.
Ann Taylor, I should know that, across from the candy. We are going to, usually we open after Thanksgiving. This year we're opening the Saturday before Thanksgiving because of the late Thanksgiving date.
Right.
So November 23rd, the Wish Tree at the mall will be open from 10 to 8.
Well, Black Friday would be a good time too.
Well,
with the-
we'll be open technically Black Friday, the day
Okay,
after.
Right.
But we're starting kind of a little ahead because of a date. So we're open daily from 12 to 8, Monday through Friday, Saturday 10 to 8, and Sundays 12 to 6.
And you need, because you have extra hours, you need more.
Well, we have most of the people that volunteer to sit at the tree are the members of the churches, but we're always looking for extra help to sit at the Wish Tree. Sometimes one of the church people can't find someone for a certain slot. So you can always email me at judyw621@gmail.com, and I can find a slot for you to fill. We have quite a group of people who help with the Wish Tree. Not only do we have people sit at the mall, we have gift sorters, we have people who pick up in the afternoon and the evenings, and then when all the generic toys come in, I have a whole group that we have to sort boy-girl, age-wise. So we have quite a crew that really participates during this time.
Mhm. Well, if you can't volunteer, cash always works.
Yes.
So where can we send that to?
People Helping People, P.O. Box 343, Burlington, Mass. 01803.
Okay, Wishing Tree, Covenant for Basic Needs, Food Pantry,
Pantry.
all under the umbrella of
People-
501c3, People
yes,
Helping
yes,
People.
we are a nonprofit, and
Right.
we exist because of the generosity of the companies and the citizens of Burlington.
Wonderful. Well, I want to thank our guest, Judy Welsh, President of People Helping People. And we're going to leave you with some words from a board member, Bob Hogan, who also happens to be a member of the Board of Selectmen. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
again,
you.
Judy.
Thank you.
Well, it's a difficult time of the year for a lot of people who are in need one way or the other. We're hoping that this community will once again be supportive of People Helping People at the holiday season. One of the most obvious ones, and you've been hearing from a lot of people, from People Helping People, is the Wish Tree. You know, getting things for the children who don't have access to the kind of gifts that they need, some clothing, some toys, some things that are personal to them. Go down to the mall, get something off the Wish Tree, return it. That's big.